Welcome to the channel, guys. Just wanted to give you a little background on the project we're starting off with here. I think I did an intro on it in one of the first 2 or 3 videos I ever did, but just a little refresher here. It's a 1998 GMC Sonoma. It was Christopher's idea originally, my brother. The plan was just to get a cheap truck, you know, some mechanical issue. This one had a rod knock, replace the motor, you know, make sure, maybe do some little cosmetic stuff here and there, whatever we could for relatively cheap, and then flip it and try and make a little cash. This one, I believe Christopher paid 900 bucks for it. And once we get the last video, at the end of the last video, there's only 2 videos. So after the second video, I'll run down the expenses and, you know, what we paid versus what we made, if any, and all those things, the time frames and all that. So the outside of that, this video, or I guess both of these videos, are going to be a little choppy. I was just kind of early in my filming experience here, and I just did a lot of short clips, so it's going to be a little choppy, and I mean, just bear with us with that. But I mean, I think you'll get the gist. We didn't do too many time lapses or any of that stuff, things that I would have done, you know, in hindsight now, looking at how things go and how I've done videos since then, and I guess just basically what I've learned. But so it's a little choppy, so just bear with us. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll try and keep it short. I do ask that if you like the video, please like it on YouTube, comment, subscribe. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. One big project coming up next. I won't spoil the surprise. It's pretty cool though. We've already been working on it a little bit. I've already got some footage, so it's gonna be really cool. So stick around and enjoy the video. Thanks. Hey guys, Tyson here. Just want to give you guys a quick update on the Sonoma project we were working on, my brother and I. So basically we got the motor out. I'll show you guys over here. There's the truck, just in case you were wondering. I believe I showed this a little previously in one of the videos, but 98 Sonoma had a rod knock, so we thought, in the motor, so we're like, we'll clean it up, pull the motor out, fix the rod, or replace the motor with the junkyard unit or something and just flip it. Paid 900 bucks for it. Motor's out. I don't know that I ever showed you guys the interior. It's not in horrible shape. I mean, the usual crap, some cracks on the dashboard and whatnot, but I mean, no rips in the seats. It's actually in pretty good shape for a 98. Exhaust manifold. Here's the motor, 4.3 V6, 4L80E, I believe, transmission. Transmission's fine. Just gonna clean it up, do some gaskets, because I think it's leaking a little bit from the, it doesn't look like any of the main seals or anything, but just the gasket. Motor. We pulled the oil pan off earlier today, and it really doesn't look like it's in that bad shape. I mean, we checked a couple of the rod bearings, and they looked, you know, about like you would expect for 150,000 miles, but nothing that would really indicate a rod knock. So it may be the pistons or something. We're going to pull this thing apart tomorrow and pretty much go through it and just see what we got. But just a quick update on that in case you guys are wondering. All right, got a quick update for you guys on the Sonoma, the fix and flip quick scenario. We're up to, I want to say, day 9 on this one. The original ambitious goal was a week. I was thinking more like 2 weeks. So we still have the engine pulled and basically got the motor, everything kind of pulled out and disassembled there. You can see everything seems to be in good shape outside of these few sets here. I don't know how well you can see that, or if you can even see it at all, but that bearing is pretty trashed. I don't think you can see it very well on the camera, but it kind of it bows out here a little bit. It kind of goes down and then comes out like that, like it's been hammered or flattened. And the other side is just as bad. This one here, not sure, that one looks like you can see it better. You can kind of see this line right here, and it's the same on the other one. the, you know, on the same rod there. But the rest of them actually look pretty good. So I believe those are the culprits right there. Right now we're in the process of kind of, I mean, there's some little stuff we want to do. Chris wants to polish the headlights, so I'm going to pop those off and get those ready to go back over to his house. There is what we're hoping is the window motor in here is toast, because the window doesn't roll up and down right. It kind of does, kind of doesn't. So hopefully that's just the motor. We picked one up from a U-Pull, the junkyard there, the other day, so we'll get that thrown in and keep on trucking. I think we're up to probably about $1,000 now in parts. I mean, not parts, but the cost of the truck plus parts, the little miscellaneous crap we've picked up here and there for fuel line fittings and just little weird stuff here and there. So we're getting there. I don't know that we're going to rebuild this motor. It's definitely an option, but the crank, I didn't even show you guys. So the crank is kind of, not sure if you can see. Man, this thing will not focus. There it goes. Okay, so you can see this one here is good, relatively. I mean, it's a little, some wear on there, but 150,000 miles, whatever. But this one is just trashed. That's where the first set of bearings I showed you guys that have been kind of hammered, that's it right there. And then the second one with the line on it is right here. And that little line in there corresponds, and it's definitely got some grooves there. So that has to be turned and milled and polished, I guess. But I don't know that we're going to go that route. We're kind of looking at some turnkey motors on eBay. It may cost us $100 more, but they come with like a 90-day warranty, so we're kind of leaning towards that route, and it shouldn't eat into the profit that much. So we'll see how we turn out. But yeah, just want to give you guys an update, and when we get some more info or get the motor ordered or something, or whatever the next step is, I'll let you guys know. As you can see, it looks like a dump truck, but when we bought the truck, the fuel gauge didn't work. So we're like, okay, we'll just throw in a new fuel sending unit. I went in to drop the gas tank and started doing some Googling and researching and YouTubing, and apparently the best way to do that, as you can see, there's the top of the fuel tank. What we need to get to right there is just to lift the bed up. And that's done by 8 bolts. You can see 1, 2, I believe 3 was right here, and 4 is way in the back, like right where you can see right there, kind of right in the back. And it's the same on both sides. The bolts came out fairly easy. They're not huge or unwieldy or anything. No big deal. Impact took care of them. But right now we're waiting on the actual sending unit from the manufacturer. I don't know where Christopher ordered it from, but he ordered it. We're just waiting on it now. It should be here in a couple days. So once we get that in, we'll go ahead and get that going. We also heard back from the engine supplier. I think it should ship today. If I remember correctly, the engine should ship today, so I'm guessing it'll get here hopefully early next week, Monday, Tuesday, I'm guessing, but we'll see. And then we can get back going on this project. Excuse me. Scrap this motor over here, get the one we ordered in, and fire it up, get it on our way. That would be the SLS. So, old motor here, toast, rod bearing smashed, hammered out. New, quote unquote, motor here. So, I got to basically get this one off the stand, get this one on the stand, and start looking at what I can reuse and what I want to switch out with. Because I think our accessories look better. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is start switching out the accessories. I don't know if I'm going to do the manifold yet. I kind of have to see. I can already see some little differences. This right here, no idea what that is. It does not. Oh, there it is. It is on our motor. Okay. So yeah. Maybe all hope is not lost. This one seems to have a fair amount of rust, which I was not anticipating. Gonna need a new oil filter apparently. Other than that, it's just I gotta get it up on the stand and then take a look at it, see what we can use and what needs to go. But yeah, I'll get it all knocked out, squared away, and I'll get back with you guys. Got the motor broken down basically to where it's We're just gonna start bolting on all the new stuff. Well, not new, but the original stuff. This is all the old stuff sitting right here. It's pretty nasty. Then we're just gonna be bolting on all my old stuff that I took off the original truck, which is in way better shape. Motor doesn't look horrible, kind of rusty. I've been working on cleaning up this side a little bit. But you can see this thing's seen better days, so we need to go through all this, clean it up, get all the gasket material off there and make it nice and clean, pull all this old crap off, and we'll replace that. This little thing here, this thing has to get replaced, so I'll be pulling that off the old heads and putting all this new stuff on here. Nothing super crazy out of the ordinary, just unbolting stuff basically. Pretty simple. But that's where we're at. We'll get a little farther, I'll give you guys another update. Alright guys, moving right along here with the Sonoma. As you can see, there are no seats or carpet. The carpet was pretty jacked up. I don't know if I filmed that one before yet or not, but Christopher went ahead and took it to go ahead and get it cleaned. Essentially all you have to do is pull the seats out, and they just have, you know, 4 mounting points, 2 on each side. If you can see under back there's one, and up front, if you slide it back on the tray, you can kind of see it under there. But same with that one, it's just 4 mounting points. Pull the seats out, carpet pulls right out, no problem. So we'll get that cleaned off. I'm not sure, honestly, if that one's really worth the time and effort, but I guess it's worth a shot, so we'll try it. Done a little bit more work to the motor, but not a whole lot. From what you can see, probably switched out the front pulley, switched out the motor mounts to ours because they were in better shape. Cleaned up this side of the motor quite a bit, honestly. You can actually see the oil pan now as opposed to just black grease. Valve train looks pretty good. A little bit of sludge, but nothing too major. Got the spark plugs switched over. Those should work just fine. If not, we'll replace them. No big deal. And I think that's about it. But right now I'm just looking at all the torque specs and stuff for all the stuff that has to go on, the water pump, the oil cooler fitting. That took me forever to get clean all the gasket material off of that guy there. That just goes on the bottom of the motor towards the rear on this side. But yeah, making progress slowly but surely. I think Christopher switched this guy out. This little sensor unit here, there's one. I switched this one out here because the other one was all jacked up, like they just cut it off and it was all messed up. But still just cruising along, pretty basic stuff. Once we get a little farther ahead, I'll give you guys another update.